This video is not to say abandon your ambitions, ignore the fact that you have responsibilities. I mean, I guess if you're a cohesive person and can formulate those kinds of thoughts, I don't think you would think that, but I just wanted to get that out of the way with. Because there's a difference between childlike and childish, and I think that if you can make that distinction, you can go into this in the most healthy way possible. Children trust and believe in a way that I'm scared. I hear noises. Hold on. I'm kind of freaking out. Okay. 1 second. Friends? Children are able to trust and believe in a way that most of us can recall. But for whatever unfortunate reason, we can't get to that anymore. What's stopping us from reaching that level of, like, resilience and wonder and... The more you grow up, the more you learn. And you learn a lot of stuff you don't want to learn, but I feel like the what's the word? Getting a bunch of knowledge as you grow older should not be a reason. Should not be a reason to completely abandon the innovative, curious, resilient side of us that we had as a kid. It was so much easier as a kid. But what changed? Truly, what actually changed within us? Is it because we always are expecting the worst, or we're always just getting through? Or that should not be, that's not a life. Like, it's unfortunate that we can't honor. The piano is just kidding me. I think a huge reason behind the way we just can't see the world the way that we used to when we were kids is because us, children, it's the beginning. They're just getting started. They're just getting the ball rolling. And I think that as kids, we don't think about that, but we're not so focused on living to get to the next thing, but rather just living in the moment, giving power to the present, because all we know is now. I know a lot of kids like me personally, I kind of always was wondering about the future, but not in a, like, okay, what's tomorrow gonna be? I mean, it's low-key kind of, because I was going through a little bit of troubles as a child, but I mean at the way beginning. Children are like clay, so resilient. I knew from the jump that it was unconventional, the way that I saw the world. Because I just cared so much. And I think that little me would be so shocked to know that, or even not shocked. I don't think this aspect she would be surprised by anyway. Let me regroup and stop crying. Hold on. Okay, I'm done crying. I'm actually kind of certain that my menstrual cycle is wreaking havoc on my emotions right now. I'm pretty sure that's hormonal situation. So we're back to what I was saying about being a kid. Okay, being so imaginative. That's something to honor about yourself. Having a creative mind is never a bad thing. Is it okay if I eat a piece of candy? Stop expecting the worst and start living your life like you did when you were a kid. I know we're not getting any younger, but like, let's live like kids again. Something changes when we grow up, whether we want it to or not, whether we want to admit it or not, whether we notice it or not. I'm just holding this home. Something I've always honored about myself, even when I hated myself beyond everything. It can be, sorry about my chewing and talking in my mouth full. Get over it, please. That was mean, I'm sorry. Kids don't think like we do. They think so. Their creativity is like this. When I was a kid, I was just going. I would do whatever I felt like. Like, things got rocky, I will admit. My life was not perfect at all. But I'm not going to use that as an excuse to keep going in a negative way. I can recognize the way that I saw life as a child, a really young child, before things started to get rocky. Because something definitely shifted in me, and I don't 100% know how to fully process it, even still to this day, but I will say that I'm not gonna like abandon my dreams, my responsibilities, my ambitions, and knowledge that I gained. I'm not gonna throw any of this away, but in order to be actually genuinely more happy with myself and like see the world in a more comforting, inspiring way, I'm just gonna start looking at life exactly how I did. We need to start looking at life just as pure as we used to. It's not about being arrogant or I've noticed kids are so assured and adaptive and curious about stuff. Where did that go? I'm worried about now. If I give all of my power and all of my knowledge into something that hasn't happened yet, while I can still dream and have big dreams and look forward to the future, I'm still looking forward and not worrying so much. Children don't worry like that. Because we're not built to endure pain. We're not built to live through shit. Sometimes we are. Sometimes we do live through shit that we're not supposed to. Sometimes we are supposed to be protected. Sometimes we're not supposed to be stronger. Like, we're not supposed to endure pain that makes us stronger. We're supposed to be protected and not. No matter what, we get stronger. You get what I'm trying to say. But to call back that version of yourself, where it was like so free, you can still live the exact life you're living now. If you like your life right now, that's amazing. I love you so much and I'm wishing you all the best. But I want you to incorporate a little more playfulness. I think what I'm gonna do tonight is write a letter to little me and be like, hey, you did good. And I don't want you to think that you could have done better or you should have done more, but for what you had and for what you experienced and went through, you did everything that was able, you were open to. There wasn't any more doors for you to go through, and I think that's really cool that we're able to do that. Like, think about how interesting that is. With all this life we're living a life is just the hardest thing a person can do. Truly. Like, truly. And the fact that we can just look back on life and not dwell and not have regrets, and it's just difficult, man. I get it. There's certain things I always have this debate with myself. Do I ever regret anything in my life? And I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't have happened. But then I'm like, I wouldn't have known this thing if I did. It's a back and forth ping pong in my brain. But it's also like, we can still look back on life. I can still look back on life experiences and appreciate and honor those versions of ourselves and put it up on shelves when we want to get rid of it, and honor what we do want to take with us. I started to just do what I want to do. There's so much power in that. Just doing what you want to do and saying what you want to say when it's necessary, knowing when to leave things unsaid, but also taking complete charge of the fact that we have free will. You can do anything you want. Like, anything. It gets better. And for me to know that, like, little me, and I don't mean like little baby, like precious little cute little me, but I mean like teenage me even, should be like, how are you with this person? What happened? You, like, this is really happening? Like, she'd be like, actually, what the fuck? I can't even fully process it, but I don't know. Does that make any sense? Wow. I want to tell little me that I'm not too ambitious. I'm not too unconventional. It's good to be that way. It's good to be creative and imaginative and be on the outside of the box. Whether that ends up hurting you or not, it's not something that should be taken away despite the challenges. Being this vessel of like wondrous power and creativity is never something to be ashamed of. And I want you watching, I'm sending you so much love, okay? I fucking love human beings. Can we just take a second to like, oh my, I'm gonna start crying again. Never stop being creative, because that is one of the most important parts about experiencing life and existing, and it is hard. It does not make any sense sometimes, but what does make sense is powerful. What we leave behind is powerful. I audibly counted out last night all of my ambitions, and I was like, can I do all of that if I really want to? My brain is fucked. If you notice that, don't talk about it, please. Please. Children are precious because they're just getting started. But when we start acting like we're just getting started, that gives us so much more power, no matter what age you are, truly. That scared me. Hey. I fucking love Dunkin' Donuts. Get out of town, man. I hope this made sense. Keep being innovative, keep being resilient, keep being just like little you, because little you is still you. It's just a little bit more, can't talk, a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more life lived. But I don't think that should ever take away from the way that we were as kids. Not like ever. Be the light. Sorry, I'm just done with that thought. Be the light. If you don't see any in the world, become it. I'm sending you so much love. I guess that's it. Okay. Okay, I never know how to end these. I'm done. Ow. Okay. Retro. Okay. I'm out. Peace. Ew, this angle's so bad.